You already know who it is, man. It's your boy Phantom Man, and today I'll be doing a video discussing the new Ant King. Now, today I'll be doing a video on why we will be getting a new Ant King. So, yes, Meruem fanboys like myself rejoice because we are going to be getting more Chimera Ants revealed to us, and we are potentially going to be getting the next big thing, aka the next Meruem, with the expansion of the Dark Continent, because we know that there are going to be Chimera Ants on the Dark Continent. So obviously, if there's Chimera Ants, they're going to need a ruler. So we know that there is going to be a new king, but we know about the whole process of how a king is actually made. Yes, we know that it starts off with the queen. She usually gets pregnant and then she has to give birth, but first she gives birth to like the fodder people, like the squadron leaders, the people like Hagya, those type of guys, those ones, the guys who are pretty fodder, but they're still needed there. She gives birth to them, and then usually she'll give birth to the royal guards after that. Like, for example, we saw Neferpitu. She was the first one to be born out of all the royal guards. So that just goes to show you that it goes from the squadrons to the royal guards, and then it goes to the Ant King. Yes, and then the Ant King is born. But we know that the process for Ant King was pretty much interrupted. Yes, our process was interrupted because after the first king is born, then that's when that's the king and that royal guard, they'll end up leaving, and then they'll have to go mate with another species, and then they will restart the whole cycle. But the Ant Queen, she would usually continue to keep giving birth to more kings and more royal guards. So the Hunter x Hunter NGO, the Hunter x Hunter universe, they actually got lucky that they stopped the Chimera Ant Queen when she only gave birth to Meruem, because had she had given birth to another king, it would have been a wrap. Like, maybe they would have had to call Beyond Netero earlier, but I don't know, they would have had to do something, because if she would have actually given birth to more than one king, like had she supposed to, man, oh man, that whole mission would have been skunked. There would have been nobody. They would have had to send in the whole Phantom troop. They would have needed the Akatsuki at that point. Like, fuck it, just call everybody in. But no, in all seriousness, we know that the process for another Ant King was interrupted due to Meruem killing off his own mother. But the reason why I'm saying we're getting introduced to a new king is because on the Dark Continent, we know that there are more Chimera Ants. Yes, there are more Chimera Ants on the Dark Continent. And to get even more excited, we know that these ones are going to be ranked S-Class. Yes, S-Class and A-Class ranked Chimera Ants. We're going to be able to see them for the first time, because we know that the B-Class Chimera Ants, they were the ones that were on the surface in NGL. And we saw how much damage they were able to do to our main cast of characters. So just imagine when we finally get the A class, the S class, I believe that they're going to have to be as strong as maybe like Jing, because we've seen how strong the B class was. So it's not too far-fetched to believe that those guys are going to be pretty up there. But the most exciting part about getting introduced to a new Ant King will, number one, he'll be stronger than Meruem for sure. So that's going to be great, seeing a new level of power in Hunter x Hunter. But I'm also interested in seeing how different they'll be from Meruem, because we know the reason why Meruem took a huge difference in the turn of character was obviously because of Komungi, because he had an interaction with humans. But these Chimera Ants are going to be vicious monsters, because they're going to be straight up 100% beast consumed from the Chimera, from the Dark Continent. So they're not going to have the human genes, at least from what I know of. They're not going to have human genes running through them. They're going to have straight Dark Continent beast running through them. So I can see why these guys will be ranked as class. But overall, are you guys excited for the new Ant King that we will be getting introduced to? Now, if they actually do follow through with the concept of multiple kings being born on the Dark Continent, I think that'll be dope, just because we didn't get introduced, or we didn't get to fully see that process being done on the Earthland. So I do hope that there is more than one king being born, but I definitely do think that there's going to be one definitive new Ant King that we will get revealed to. Comment what you guys see down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.